anthropomorphize is to attribute human characteristics or behavior to a god, animal, or object. But since this video is on a channel all about animals, as you can imagine, we will be talking about animal anthropomorphization. English is not my first language, so please bear with me while I try to stumble through this word every time I have to say it in this presentation. And now the question that I want to answer in this video. Is anthropomorphizing good or bad? Well, let's look at the first thing that comes up when you search it up on Google. Anthropomorphism can lead to an inaccurate understanding of biological processes in the natural world. It can also lead to inappropriate behaviors towards wild animals, such as trying to adopt a wild animal as a pet or misinterpreting the actions of a wild animal. So as you can see, generally, anthropomorphizing an animal is seen as something bad. Let's give two examples of that. So the first example was a video that I encountered on Twitter a few months ago. And the caption reads, "I have never seen an alligator so happy to be getting a toothbrush bath." Let's play the video.
Sweet girl, that is so good. Everybody loves a little bit of a scrub-a-dub-dubbers. Now, ooh, she likes it. Let me see, get her right up on top, get the nose. And, are you ready for a magic trick? You ready? And, woo.
So the behavior that you can see being displayed by the alligator here is closed eyes and an open mouth. And to us humans, it can almost look like the expression that we make when we're experiencing bliss or like a good massage, where we just go like, that feels so good. Well, that's exactly what anthropomorphizing is, because we are thinking, that's the facial expression that we do when we're feeling something nice. This reptile must be loving this bath. Well, people were thankfully very quick to point out in the comments that this is actually body language in reptiles that actually indicates discomfort. And now in the second example, we have a hamster and a betta fish, which are very common pets that live in solitude. But if you own these pets, you will be accustomed to people commenting stuff like, "Why don't you get him a friend? He's so lonely in that big enclosure." Not realizing that we are projecting onto these animals our need to have friends. Since humans are very social animals, we long to have a community. And when we see these animals that live in solitude, people that aren't educated about them will think, I have to get them a friend, and that can end really badly because, as you know, that can cause fights and even death at the end. So that's how anthropomorphizing hurts animals. Now, when is the word anthropomorphism used incorrectly? Well, you will notice, especially as an animal lover, that very often people who aren't very educated will say that claiming that animals have emotions is anthropomorphizing them. So I want to go into a brief lesson as to why that isn't true. So, do animals have emotions? Emotions happen in the limbic system. The limbic system is among the oldest parts of the brain in evolutionary terms, and it can be found in fish, amphibians, reptiles, and mammals. All of these animals have a limbic system, which is where emotions take place. The way in which humans differ when it comes to our brains is mainly by our large prefrontal cortex, where very complex thought processes happen, and sometimes emotions get also processed there, but they don't happen there. They get reevaluated and sent back, and there's all these different connections in the brain, but they don't happen in the prefrontal cortex. So emotions aren't a thing of humans, which is what I'm trying to get at. When we say we are anthropomorphizing an animal, when we say they have emotions, it's a misuse of the word, because having emotions is not a human quality. So I'm not appointing a human quality to an animal. I am talking about a quality that a lot of animals have. Most of them have that. So what are the 7 primal emotions? Well, research supports the existence of at least 7 primary process/basic emotional systems. Those emotional systems are seeking, rage, fear, lust, care, grief and play. The reason why it's called systems and not just emotions is because under those terms, there are behaviors that happen when those animals experience those emotions. So that's why it's written also in all caps. And I have put some pictures of kind of a depiction of every single system, like an example of what you would see and observe in an animal who's feeling those emotions. And as you can tell, in grief, I put humans because I can't stress this enough. We are animals. Saying that animals have emotions is not anthropomorphizing them. And people ask me, well, what if animals have emotions? Like, why do you care? Why does it change much? Well, it changes a lot because this obsession that we have with denying that animals have emotions and that they even have sentience causes pretty dire consequences. For example, animal abuse, especially in the meat industry, but also in the household, since we believe that we are here to rule over them and we are entitled to their being, we end up doing them harm. And because we know that we wouldn't like to be treated that way, we often just try to talk ourselves into the fact that they don't have emotions, they don't have the same experience that we have in our brains, so it doesn't matter. Same thing goes for environmental destruction. I believe that if more people stopped thinking that humans are just like this higher being at the top of a pyramid and start to think about humans as part of an ecosystem, then that would really help not only animals, but also us, because we are part of an ecosystem that we are actively killing. So even if you don't care about animals, care about yourself, care about your future, enough that you want to protect the earth in a way that at the end also protects animals, even if you don't care, because it will also help you to maintain those animals that you are dependent on at the end of the day. While we're on this topic, I'd like to read out this quote that I really like. The true precepts that species are uniquely real and that one or more are superior to others cascade into how humans see themselves and how we behave on this planet. Our cultural and biological manifestations flow from this worldview and snowball to affect how we interact with other forms of life, the physical world, and other people. By Brian Swartz, affiliated with the Millennium Alliance for Humanity and the Biosphere at Stanford University. And now, to kind of wrap up this whole topic, going back to anthropomorphism, because we now did a little, right turn to speciesism, is this quote that I would like to read to you with my dog next to me. Oh, the lily. It's categorically wrong to say that animals don't have thoughts and emotions, just like it's wrong to say they are completely the same as us, said Carl Safina, a biologist and author of a book called Beyond Words, What Animals Think and Feel, which argues that sneering at anthropomorphism risks eroding our empathy. You're the lily. Do you have emotions? Do you? Do you feel? Do you feel? Say yes. Oh, good boy. If you've liked this video and would like to see more videos that kind of go into more of a scientific way of looking at how we interact with animals and how animals think and feel and act, then leave a comment down below, because I'd really like to know if you guys would enjoy more videos in this style, because personally I love researching this and talking to you about this, especially since I started my course on animal psychology or ethology. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this entire video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!